Welcome to another edition of Talk with Confidence. This is where we have conversations that inspire. My name is Confidence Silime and I'm your host. Today I've got a very interesting guest. Her name is Carol Mhlarhi. Carol Mhlarhi, and she's an entrepreneur. She owns a business called Lourel C Holdings, and they are in events, marketing, and PR. Carol, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for.
Can I have my coffee?
Good
day, everyone.
No, we're gonna have a very frank conversation. Don't mind the camera, so you can be.
No, it's fine. I mean, the atmosphere is great here, and I'm happy to be here. So
awesome! Thank you for accepting the invite.
Thanks for inviting me.
I would like to start in your sphere as an entrepreneur. Can you tell us about your business? When was it founded? What is it about?
My brand is actually two brands because I'm a love and like of things.
Yes.
It started first off with events. Actually, my entrepreneur journey actually started in high school, standard 9.
Okay.
I am born from a mom that's business minded, and clearly my mom's colored and my dad's black, so I've got advantage of both sides because both families are entrepreneurial people. They are study people. They are hardworking people. So being in a house that whereby a mother is a worker from 9 to 5 and being a businesswoman from sales, clothing sales and food sales, like she was in the selling business. So when I was in standard 9, I discovered that passion whereby she would send me to, she was selling at that time bedding and curtains and for me, it was an exciting thing because I know I'm going to get some sort of spending money from her. I mean, what kid doesn't love money at that time? Even 50 rand at that time was a lot. So in standard 9, I started selling these things to the teachers. She would give me the samples. It was beautiful curtains and the teachers loved it. I think my persuasion and knowing how to persuade and the product that I had. So they would looked at it and they loved it. And I would go back with the money I sold the sample instead of everything. Carol, now where's the sample? I sold it, but anyway, I don't complain, here's your money. So that is where I discovered, you know what, business is what I want to do.
And do you believe that entrepreneurs are born or are they made? If I don't have the natural inclination to go into business and become an entrepreneur, but I come to a certain level maybe in my career and I see an opportunity to become an entrepreneur, do you think that you're born an entrepreneur or can you become an entrepreneur?
Both ways. I don't even argue with that because sometimes you find yourself in a situation, you might not be born to be an entrepreneur, but sometimes you find yourself in a situation that forces you to become an entrepreneur. So I will not even argue or try and dispute that because everyone has a calling to do something. Even if you are an actress, you're still an entrepreneur because you hustle.
Everybody's a business essentially. Even that's very interesting because even as an employee, you are a business. There's a service you're providing and there's money that you're getting in return, which is what business is. Provide a service and get an income from that. You are an employee here and you still do your thing on the side while you're in that office. That's another interesting point. Before you went full-time into your business, were you in your 9 to 5 and still pushing your thing on the side?
I was doing that. I started this, like I said, from high school. I went to go study business management because my mom she's a very strict woman and she was like, Afrikaans. So you get done with matric, you think, she had the money ready for me to go to go and study. There was no break, which I am grateful to God for that. Because imagine if I've lost 1 year. I mean, my younger sister, she's 27 and she's already a psychologist, child psychologist. Because my other sister, she's into HR and that, and executive secretary and things like that. My brother's into IT. Like we're all into that business mindset kind of. So it doesn't matter where we are at. So for me, I studied my business management because of my experience, the taste that I had doing such things. They say, look at the child when they're small, what is it that they like to do? Now me, I love modeling, I love makeup, I love beauty, I love the tea, because my first appearance was when I was 9 years old. So I knew for a fact already that, okay, that's one of the things.
This is your area.
So this is my area. So I'm one person bombastic with a lot of things, but also having that business mindset.
Yeah.
So then afterwards, I graduated in my business management, and then in that first year, my mom, you know, in the semesters, because my mom and I really talk so much because she inspires me.
Yeah, no.
And then I said in first semester, and she's like, said to my eldest brother, me and this child, we're going to sit fast here, don't get a job or something. Because we're too much alike, so we'll get on each other's nerves. Yeah. So afterwards, I had my first job while in my first year of business management. And the HR, because I'm so ambitious, so the HR offered me a job from semester to a permanent.
So what, you came in as an intern?
I came in as an intern, but literally working for a salary. And what I liked about that salary, so the more you work, the higher your salary. So me, I was like, sure.
You were there.
I am there.
Bright and early.
You know, bright and early. But you know what? I would work until 12, or I would go to college. Maybe my class ends at 12, and I'd go straight, would take a taxi north and go to work, because I used to work in Sandton. Yeah. Working there. After that, I discovered my events, because I was always planning. I'm very creative.
So that's where your business, your events business
was born. Because I'm always planning, I'm always plotting, I'm always imagining things.
And you know, somebody said something that they say, you know, if you don't go after your dreams, somebody will hire you to propagate theirs.
Yes.
And you know, if you're in a company and you're doing the work, you're planning, you're organizing the light, you're organizing everything, essentially you're running a business. So instead of the all the money, the millions going into the company, you could be doing this for yourself, and that money could be coming directly to you. And that's why I love entrepreneurship so much. So you say that is where your events business was born.
Yes.
But you don't just do events, you also do PR, social media. What are some of the other sectors within your business?
But what started off the event, like I said, I was in planning, but I started off with women. And before I was first doing freelancing, because after that, after working for the company, I was during my first job, I was doing modeling, signing up for, with agencies. So I was doing modeling, I was doing castings and things like that. But the event side was already there, because you're ambitious, so you want to try all of your talents. I was so ambitious that I even tried to do Miss South Africa. Then one of the Miss South Africa, previous Miss South Africas, because I'm short, and at that time they wanted tall people. Yeah. So every year I would pray, I say they will drop it, and for real they dropped it. But then I had no more the excitement, to do complete my modeling thing. So resigning from the first job, getting into the next job, that's when the events really kicked in. And I started off doing events for females in a community area in El Dorado Park.
And I know that's an interesting, a very important segment to you as well. And you've been talking a lot about your mother. So I understand that in terms of women empowerment, it's something that you're really pushing. Yes. Can you tell us, you've got an organization that deals directly with women empowerment? Yes. What inspired that, and how is it going?
That's where the event started with the women. Just to get into explanation. At that point in 2010, it was known as Diva Productions.
Diva Productions, okay.
Because I'm a liker of things.
Yeah.
I was on my party vibe that time. Praise God, I'm changed. But in that time, I was doing events for females. Okay. And I'm not even shy, because I started in a club environment. Okay. But because the owner of the club saw that this is something unique, and what really made me realize that this woman empowerment thing that I'm doing, I didn't know at that it's a woman empowerment. I'm just doing events because I love events, and women was easy to attract. But I saw the niche in it because I'm coming from a colored community. Yes. That one lady came to me there because I had a catwalk event, and I said to them, the thing behind the catwalk is your confidence. So when you have your heel on, it builds up your confidence. Because I love wearing heels. Today I'm on my flattest heel, but only my heels like a kind of inch. So I said to her, she said to me, would you like to come to our company and do this thing? I'm like, are you for real? And then I realized that I've got something here.
There's something special
There's something special here. And that's when I called the Diva Productions, and I started hosting events for females, empowering them through these events, having different themes to it. And I started getting into it and not knowing that God had a plan for me, doing these things. And that's when I discovered my other side of my ministry, being in that double life, but knowing that God has a plan for me.
You were being directed.
Directed.
You were being directed.
I kid you not, as I was doing this, women actually started coming in. Where others think they're coming for the party, no, they're coming to enjoy.
And to be empowered.
I would go and, because thank God I was working, so I could sponsor my own gifts, my own things. So I would go to Fashion, I would go buy makeup and perfume as giveaways. And then go to China Mall also and get those crowns and you know, those type of stuff. Being creative, then I would have Hawaii events and that, and I would opening up for males also to attend. And then I started also with guys, they were called the Top Dog Productions. One of them is now also an act in Rhythm City or so. So I started with them as well in the same place. So doing these events for females, and I thank God that they were very supportive of what I do. Even when I decided I'm going to go solo, one of the people that mentored me into it was C.O. Kati, he's known as Carol Lourel. He's one of my great friends that inspired me to continue doing this. So whenever I needed them to perform for me with him and Lourel, known as Alice, they would come because they saw the vision behind it.
And in terms of women empowerment, why? I mean, it's become almost a catchphrase, like women empowerment, but it's vital to our society. Can you give me your reasons why do you believe it's so important?
It's so important because we are giving birth to new generations. And whether it's a little girl or a little boy, it's still giving birth to new generations.
That's interesting that you mentioned little boy and little girl. There's something that's trended, I think, a while back with the femicide, things that have been happening. And there was a hashtag that was born out of that, men are trash. And I always like to get a woman's perspective on this because I can see the reasoning behind the hashtag, but do you think that it's something that pushes society forward? What is your opinion on that?
Men are trash.
So you believe it is true?
I would ask, what is your father then?
Poignant question. So
I don't believe in men are trash. Because if you say men are trash, then who are you going to marry? You're going to say your husband is trash too.
Are you going to marry trash?
Are you going to marry trash too? Are you going to give birth to trash when you have a boy?
Yes, yeah. No,
so for me, I might get flack for it, but it's fine. But I'm straight talk.
Wonderful.
You cannot, if a man raped a woman, there's something wrong with that dude. But and it doesn't mean that all men has to pay for that guy's sin.
And in terms of mentorship, you spoke of about one of your mentors, and you were actually planning a women's event, and he is the keynote speaker, and you got some flag for that because it's a women's event.
Yes.
Why are you bringing a man to do the keynote?
Even the males felt the pain for it. I'm like, boy, sit down.
So I mean, from my perspective, I'm an entrepreneur. But if I listen to people like, I'm in the media space, so I listen to people like Oprah. She has knowledge. I don't think it's about whether the person is a man or a woman. It's about the knowledge they have and what you can garner from them to propel you to go forward.
So, I had flack. Guys, I had flack. Like, they literally would inbox me. And I sat down with him, and what I liked about him, he knows. He's a matured businessman. And I said to God, you know what, God, you gave me this to put in, this name. I don't do anything without prayer. I've got 3 campaigns that I run within Divine Women Empowerment.
Because
when I was doing Diva Productions, and I launched Lourel C Holdings with the new name of Divine Women Empowerment, which is 2 brands. There is one that is called Mzansi Women Celebration within Divine Women Empowerment. It's a yearly, it's an annual event. Then I started a one called Women in Lead I started last year. Then now I've opened up a new platform called Women in Business. Now, let me just quickly give a brief about these 3 things. Mzansi Celebration is a year-in event. Unfortunately, I will not be able to host it this year, but it's a celebration of a woman looking back from your success from January till now. Should inspire. And what are you celebrating? That.
In retrospect, what is the year meant for you?
And then having keynote speakers to prepare you for the new year.
So it's almost like closing off the chapter, and so that you can go into the new chapter.
Yes.
I love that concept.
Women in Lead is a very broad platform because there we talk about everything that Divine Women Empowerment consists about. Personal development, career direction, spiritual growth, mentorship in everything, relationships, all in one. So I break the segments down. Like this year, I've got a self-awareness that I'm doing, and I had one. I'm touring with it. So I started off in Pretoria, which was a very challenging one because I'm not from that side. So I had to put myself in an uncomfortable position, but it was a challenge. But I managed to pull it off. Having that, doing so many PR for it and that. I had a young entrepreneur that's now named Algrero. She was the keynote speaker for the finance and for business and that, because she's not even yet 30 and she owns so many brands. So that's how I catch them off. That's how I put them together.
I like that point that you mentioned about the young entrepreneur, and I believe that if you're a leader, firstly, you need to be led. There has to be somebody mentoring you, but also you need to be mentoring other people.
Other people as well.
You've spoken about your mentor. Are there people that you yourself are mentoring? People that you're raising up so that they too can get into leadership?
There are people that, like the lady that I'm working with, because I'm trying to put now together a team because it's getting a lot now. So she's very good with her social media and things like that. So we're helping each other in there as well. And there are where you get the mentorship from is in these workshops that I do. Generally, I always give free. When people would ask me, how do you do this? How do you do that? But I'm very careful as well, because some are not. They want to see how you do it so they can do it better.
They can do it. But that's also learning.
Yeah, it's learning for me because. Listen, like this one girl, I will never forget it. She inboxed me and said, "How do you do this PR? Can't you, when you have your PR, but you're probably not doing too good, so you want to see how I'm doing mine."
So that they can copycat.
Yeah. I said, no. If I don't have a problem sharing, I'm very open heart, but don't come and steal.
Don't be sneaky.
Don't be sneaky. Give it to me straight. Then I know what I'm getting myself into.
Wonderful.
So this is what Women Lead does. So now Women in Business is something very close to my heart now, because like we're talking entrepreneur right now. The need for entrepreneur is so huge. There's so many things going on. So many businesses are not succeeding because of certain shortfall that we're experiencing. I mean, I'm not even ashamed to say that there are days when I am battling like no one's business. Now I can say my brand after 5 years.
It's at a level where
it's at a level whereby it's getting sustained. I'm getting great mentorship from my business coach, Derek. He's always there assisting me in that. And the fact that I'm not a type of person that waits for him to do something or whatever.
Proactive.
I am proactive. I do it.
And in terms of your business, you said it took you 5 years to get it to the level where it's self-sustaining. You're not worried about, is there money coming in?
No, I still get that.
But I mean, it's better than where it was.
Yes.
Okay.
It's way better. The awareness is getting to it. I think in that five years or so, I was working 9 to 5.
Okay.
So I believe that, not that I have a problem with 9 to 5, but even the word of God. So one friend of mine even confirmed, he says to me that you can't serve two gods.
So you needed to be focused.
Because when I'm in a 9 to 5 for 3 months, after 3 months I'm bored of that job.
Which means you are an entrepreneur by
I am so bored. I've got my boss and I'm a boss too.
Yeah.
So it's a challenge.
There's a conflict, and you may find, and I think that's why some people have issues working the 9 to 5, because they are a leader themselves, they are an entrepreneur themselves, and maybe it's easy. They say if you're a musician, you can spot the mistakes that the musician is making. So maybe if you're an entrepreneur by nature and you're working in a business and you say, you know what, if I was running this business, I'd be doing things in such and such a way. But that's an indication that you should be running your own business.
My last job was in 2015. And it was I only had 2 permanent jobs in my life.
After that,
all of them were 10%. No matter how I apply for permanent, then I'm like, this is not
you.
No matter how I pray for a permanent job, I will go for an interview, I will not get that permanent job. And I will get 10 assignments. Then I knew that
this is not for you.
This is not for me. Give me TV to do, I'll do TV. Give me, like now, people are calling me to get booked for radio interviews, get booked for this, get booked for that, because I'm good with that as well.
Yeah, I think it's important to know your strengths. There's a quote I love by Einstein. He said, "If you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will always believe that it's stupid, that it's useless, because the fish is meant to be in water, not climbing a tree." So a lot of people are frustrated in jobs because they're like the fish trying to climb a tree.
You know what captivates, what makes them not want to leave the job is that stable income.
Yeah, the comfort zone.
The comfort zone. I had, after how many years, I had companies now calling me for a job. I literally said to them, I am employed. You see, you must learn to speak your business into an existence, because the atmosphere catches it. Yeah. And then what comes out of your mouth. So
it's also biblical.
It's biblical principle. So I said to them, no, I am employed. Oh no, I'm self-employed. And
I'm my own boss.
In that way, because I've discovered that it builds up my confidence even more. It builds up my confidence even more. Right now, I'm so focused on Lourel C Holdings and Divine Women Empowerment, and me as Lourel C as a brand, as a speaker, as a speaker, as an MC, and as a brand influencer. I'm positioning Lourel C Holdings as an events management brand, as a communications and marketing, and then branching into PR. I make sure that my packages are not. I work in the budget of the client, and I try my best for them to be okay with it, and I'm very transparent with them as well.
Which is important.
It's very important in business, because the one client I said to, I said to her, I'm a woman of God. I deal with a lot of people. If I have to teach you, God's definitely not going to give me the next. Because how is He going to trust me with this? If I
have to be faithful in order to
receive. And she looked at me, she's like, "Wow." I said to her, "That's how I operate." So I'm very transparent with a lot, like with my clients, and say this is about it. Right now, the hottest service that we're providing even now, that a lot of people are coming for, is the social media, because of how I bring the content. I'm very creative with my content. I would not give it to you on the spot, but when I see the event, I start tweeting and I start doing that, because it comes to me at that point in time.
In terms of branding, what do you believe is, you deal with brands each and every day. You yourself are a brand, your agency, your company is a brand. What do you believe is the most important thing? You mentioned integrity, transparency, but what are the other pillars, in essence, that you believe hold up a brand, if you want a brand to be a good, stable, or great brand?
As a brand, be careful what you post out there.
And people don't realize that they themselves are brands.
Be careful who you talk to, what do you say. I'm so protective over the people I bring into my space, into my business space. Because not everyone is for you. Not everyone is...
not everybody who likes your post likes you. Not
just that. They like you because they want something from you. But when you have a brand and you're busy building the brand, my brand is still building. It's getting the recognition. It's getting where it needs to. It's going where I'm praising God for, because now I'm so extra careful. This Saturday I'm having a strategic meeting with my social media marketer and my graphic designer. What I love about Lloyd is that he tell him the date and the time he designs. Like, he just gets the imagination better the way I wanted that flyer, and things sell.
Awesome.
So you need to make sure you've got people that's in line with your vision, and then God will provide the rest for you.
Wonderful. I love that. And you said, I mean, it's how old is your company? It's 5 years old.
It's 5 years, 6
and
years.
The way I look at businesses, it's like, I mean, you give birth to your business. It's like your child. It's your baby, essentially. And when you have a baby, it's all about what you feed the baby. So, and the people that you bring in to help feed the baby. You've spoken about your team. And when you have a team, it means naturally you become a leader. I mean, you're a leader with or without followers, but when you do have followers, there's a greater weight of responsibility. From a leadership point of view, business leadership point of view, what are some of the challenges that you face in terms of Carol, the business leader?
The challenges, what I love about my team, there's two, is that like Bonang, she's my other brain, and I've got another mentor, Judy. What I love about her as well is that she knows when I'm in deep trouble or something, she knows how to deco. Like, I always have people around me that one person can do so many things. So I don't need to still stress. And as a leader, sometimes they've got the things that they're going on, so I don't depend too much on them.
But when you need them,
when I need them, they know exactly what to do. For example, we have now this interview. I just posted it and Bonang ran with it. You get what I'm saying? So she knows. So it's, for me, my challenges are not really that challenge, because I've got a stable team that help people around me, and I'm very picky. And when sometimes you are so busy you can't even see when heat is coming to you, then there's always one, like maybe Judy would come to me and say, watch,
look out for that.
Look out for that.
That's beautiful. And in terms of I mean, leadership and business and entrepreneurship is a journey, and is a success journey. And I was chatting to somebody actually this morning, and we were saying, whenever you're on a journey, I mean, traveling with other people is important, because, as you say, they can point out when something is coming against you, or they can help you, they can hand you a glass of water because you're thirsty on the journey. But it's important to travel with people who are going in the same direction. Yeah. And sometimes you find you meet people that maybe they may be an entrepreneur, but they're not going in the same direction. Have you gone into partnerships? Maybe I know a lot of business people go into partnerships. So you haven't gone into partnerships that maybe have gone haywire?
Partnerships? No, thank you. Not now.
Is it?
Partnership, it's a very tricky thing. For me, personally, very tricky.
Can you go into
I'm even skeptical about doing a partnership event with someone.
Is it because, I mean, if the opposite of a vision is division, so is it because people will come with different visions that maybe are not true to what you see?
I had, way back, a partnership event.
Okay.
Not knowing that you want to try and run the show, but I'm the one that God has birthed into me.
Yes.
And now I'm bringing you in. Can't you had your own
vision that you?
So you wanted to use mine for you to grow, whereby we're supposed to be doing together.
Yeah.
But the God that I serve did not allow that.
And you've throughout the interview you've been mentioning the spiritual aspect of your life. Can you go deeper into that? I mean, it's.
You want me to preach?
Do you preach?
I come from I'm born from a praying prophetic mom, a woman of God, straight. We are 4 kids. My mom is that type of woman that's like Hannah. If you are pregnant, give her children back to God. That's where the foundation starts.
Wonderful, awesome, beautiful.
So I grew up in church every day. I'm now in a deliverance ministry, and my life completely Sorry, I'm getting emotional because I'm just reflecting. I'm a real person, so I don't hide.
We do really.
Yeah. My life completely changed rapidly in 2011. I was seeing someone, and that led me to, because I was so interceding for this person, but not knowing that God was using this person to draw me back to God.
To Him, yeah.
And I started to tap into fasting and praying for 3 weeks. I did not see a friend. I did not do jack because in that time, I just started this job, and then I was only for a year, then I got retrenched. That was my last permanent job also. And I never looked back. That's where also my passion in ministering women became deeper, because then I had a prayer group for women. God's still using me today in women's lives in ministry.
That's beautiful.
And I stand firm. I worship. I sing as well. Like I said, I'll be going to PE next week, and I'll be doing ministry in PE. I'm singing in that and moving prophetically the way God leads me, because I'm now like you see bubbling and wet. But when I get into that space, I am not myself. Even during prayer, I am.
It's a higher realm of you.
It's something that I cannot explain, because what's happening in the spirit manifests in the physical. So you've got to have the spirit of you have to have the eye of the spirit as well. I'm not judgmental to any person that's still in the other side of the world, because I've been there.
You've been there, yeah.
And I keep saying to people that doesn't mean when you're born again you've got to be boring.
I think it makes it approachable as well, because a lot of people don't take that step because they feel, you know what, this is not for me. These people are not normal people, you know.
No.
So you make it approachable.
I make it approachable. I was on my personal side. I was with someone for a while, a year. Like I was getting to know. It's still very close to my heart, because I've learned from him. Because he's also a deep person. And I've learned what inspired me from him is his faith in God. And me being a woman that's in prayer as well, it inspired, because when I met him, I was also going through, from my previous, I was very hurt. But God used him as well in his way of doing things. You have to be with someone that would increase your level of faith in God as well. So my spirit clicked with him from day one, knowing that immediately healing, that inspires me. And I didn't backslide. I'm still. So you need to be with someone that's aligned with your vision, that's aligned with God, that's aligned with the things of God.
You're going in the same direction.
So even if you are not together, you can still pick up the phone and call and say, Ingrid, because of that love of God. You see, there's two types of love. There's the love of God and the love of the flesh. When I am not okay, you must have a woman or a man that would sacrifice themselves before God for you. Because if they can't labor before God for you in spirit, what can they do for you?
You are a preacher.
Back to business. But God's still in the business.
No, definitely, 100%. Where do you see Lourel C Holdings? You're 5 years old. When your company is 25 years old, can you paint the vision?
Wow, I wouldn't want to paint the vision, but I would let God paint it for me, because now you're talking about vision. Sorry, it's just a scripture I read talking about vision this morning in Habakkuk, because you in line with it, just flashed before me, sorry. But I wouldn't paint it. I would rather trust God, but my belief, because I would say it will be like this, and then here's something else for it. Get what I'm saying? That's the other thing that people forget. Don't paint your vision, but make sure that it's in line with what I wanted to be a model, but look where I am today.
It does not. If I asked you that question, you said I'll be a model overseas, etc. But here you are owning your own business, empowering women, etc.
So to answer your question, I would lightly put it in this way, that it is on a level whereby it employs people. It's not a brand that is just for me.
It's empowering other people.
It's empowering other people, especially in women empowerment, the divine women empowerment. In the communication, because I want to have like I'm building already my portfolio. I was busy doing my profile yesterday, and I was putting my team in my profile, which I will send to you, then you can see. I was putting my team in my profile, saying that I'm already giving them names, meaning I'm speaking life into their vision. Head of social media marketing, head of graphic designing, and that, because I want to have people not working for me. I don't like, Bonang is working for me, but I don't like that she's working for me. She is working with me.
Collaborate.
You see, because you want to inspire the next person. So if she decides she does not want to be with Lourel C anymore, it's fine. It's fine, because it means that I've sown a seed into her life. She's sowing a seed into my life, understanding where is Lourel C at the moment and where it's going to. So in the next 5 years, actually by 2018, 5 years is too far. By 2018, it must have a designed. My thing is whereby an office, not I don't have, but I work a bigger office. It must have employees, meaning interns, because I know what it's like to come out of college and not have a job, and getting into a job space and stuff like that. So that is where it needs to be. It must have a department that is a business that is fully clientele, completely
client service,
and well productive every day. Every day.
Wonderful.
Divine women empowerment. It must be on the level whereby women are actually. There's a workshop running everywhere, from PE to Joburg to Cape Town, wherever.
Spreading the influence.
On personal development, entrepreneurship, and in spiritual growth and that. Because if you're not spiritually stable, how you can be able to handle the rest? Because from your spiritual growth, it falls onto your personal development growth. When those two are standing strong, then you can be able to handle all the other challenges that you face. So that is where divine women empowerment want it to move into. And also it's an environment whereby it's planning women events, whereby we would provide services for women events, women seminars and that. But the most important, me as Carol, as Lourel C, as a brand, to be God's mouthpiece. And when I talk about being a speaker, I'm not all spiritual. And what I relate, I read the people that
what do they need?
What do they need? Because people go and talk. No, you need to tap into what are their needs.
It's like being a chef.
Yes.
Knowing what are they hungry for? What do they need? What will feed and nourish them, and then preparing that and serving.
If we talk business today, if you call me and say, Carol, I would like you to come and speak on social media. Okay, I prepare. But the problem is that when I get there, it's an atmosphere. It's different because I'm a spiritual person, I'm able to open to read and say, okay, this is how I'm gonna conduct this social media topic, because I'm already seeing what the crowd is about. So
how do you package it?
And you start on the spot, you start repackaging it.
Wonderful. It's a good skill to have.
It's a very good skill to have, because it will take you a very, very, very long. I mean,
and what it does, it helps you to connect. You as a speaker, you need to connect.
And you don't have to be all stuffy and all. I don't know, man. I'm a free spirit person. I connect. I love connecting. I love you to be also to be free to be able to ask me questions. Whereby you don't need to. That's I don't like to say when I have an event. Oh, there's a seminar. I hate that word seminar.
There has to be a dialogue.
It's a dialogue. Even when I have my women in leads, I tell them, no, man, if you want to take off your shoes, take off your shoes. Because why? At the end of the day, yes, we're having fun, but you have to leave educated. What you came for, you have to leave with what you came for. And if there is something that you need me to help you with, I will help you where I can. If I can't, I would tell you up front, listen, I can't, but this is the person I can direct you to. So that is where I see all three brands moving forward. Even I'm still like this year, I'm moving in all areas, making sure Lourel C Holdings getting where it needs to get. That means the year is not yet over.
There's still plenty.
We serve a God of a sudden God. If he feels he wants to make you millionaire tomorrow morning, you do it. All you just got to do is believe, have faith, continue working. Sometimes you have to be still about your plans for your plans to come into full existence. I mean, Nehemiah did go and build the walls. If he went to go and build the walls and blow his trumpet, when would have finished with those walls?
Yeah.
So he said he said that I did not say a word to what the plans that God has put in my heart. So if God has put a plan in your heart, for that plan to come to full.
There's an African proverb that says, the roaring lion catches no prey. So it's not just about saying this and saying that, it's about actually doing so that you can catch it.
So that you can catch it. So be very quiet about your plans, because sometimes you don't know who you're talking to. Or I'm speaking from experience. You talk. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Do you see it happening?
and you know what? The actions always speak louder, and that's why I love interacting with entrepreneurs who are doing it, who are making it happen, and that's what I'm doing. Like I just keep quiet.
Like I don't know. Announcement. Your work should announce for you.
Yeah, exactly, Laura. Or Carol.
Say Laurel, it's fine. Carol is the personal side.
Okay.
Laurel is the brand, but I'm fine with both ways.
Laurel, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence.
I'm sure my coffee is halfway cold already.
Probably. But it's been fun, it's been engaging, it's been exciting.
Thank you.
All the best with your brand.
Thank you so much for having me, Confidence. And for those who would like to want to have events management services, PR and communications, please do follow me on Twitter at Lourel CH, which would be LOURELCH. And also if you want me to like to speak at your event and have a bit of a grown woman talk, you can follow me on Twitter as well at Lourel CH. The telephone number to get in touch with me in terms of any of the services that I've mentioned would be 064 0400 464. And yes, any other information, you can get in touch with our host here. That would give you the more information. But don't give up on your dreams, keep moving forward, and remember, God got you. Thank you. All right.
Awesome. That was engaging, that was inspirational. Thank you for tuning in. Do join us again next time. I'm your host, Confidence Seleme, and this is Talk with Confidence.